Hello and welcome to Talking the Game. It's been a while. It's been International Week, but we are back as we're playing at the Olympic Stadium as Watford are our visitors. Before we go, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're giving away two fantastic books of Farewell to Upton Park. The link to the video is in below. Click it. It's got all the details there, how to enter, and it shows you what it is. Fantastic prize as well. And also, we'd just like to say thank you to everybody that voted for us in the Football Vlogging Awards. You can still do it for the next 2.5 weeks. Again, the link is below. And we appreciate all your support. Now let's get on to the game. Gonzo, Watford. What's your thoughts on Watford?
I like the midfielder they signed, Pereira. Very, very good. Wish we'd have signed him ourselves, and we were linked with him, so that would be the danger man. I don't think the forwards have managed to strike the same sort of fearsome partnership and find the same form that they found last season. They were very, very dangerous, weren't they? But they meddled around with what was a very decent manager, and they had an excellent cup run, a good league finish, and yeah, funny team really.
Well, Igalo isn't that dangerous as people seem to think. He's only scored 2 in his last 21 Premier League games. So I think he's got a bit of a reputation, but he's not really done the business in the last, well, since into the whole of 2016, 21 games, just 2 Premier League goals. That's all he scored. Tom, what's your thoughts on Watford? Are they relegation candidates this year?
Yeah, they could be. My personal feelings about Watford, anyone who wears a yellow shirt just annoys me, to be honest. But and yeah, it just winds me up the fact they wear yellow. It's such an awful colour, and they're a bit boring of a club, really, aren't they? Really. But no, yeah, they haven't. Have they spent a great deal of money in the transfer window? I haven't really heard a great deal about Watford in the transfer window. So, and they go through managers like there's no tomorrow, don't they? So yeah, they could potentially be. Yeah.
They obviously spent a decent bit of money because so far in the 3 Premier League games they've played 21 different players already, covering 17 nationalities. So the manager Gonzo clearly doesn't know his best 11 yet, does he?
He doesn't. Let's hope he's not wearing a yellow jacket on a day, otherwise Tom would be very upset. He doesn't like yellow, Tom, as we've just found out. He doesn't know his best 11, but they've got a funny structure, that club. The owners own Udinese, I think they own Granada as well in Spain, so they tend to swap players from one club to the next. So they have a constant rotation of players going from one to the other. So, listen, the owners don't know what they're doing. The players don't know what they're doing. The coach doesn't know whether he's coming or going, so how does he know what he's doing? It's really no surprise.
So far this season, they took the lead against Southampton and ended up drawing 1-1. They took the lead against Chelsea and ended up losing 2-1, and they lost 3-1 against Arsenal. Tom, is it difficult to read into their form considering they've played Southampton away and they've also played Chelsea and Arsenal? It's quite tough opening fixtures, isn't it?
Yeah, same sort of fixtures to us really. In team-wise, obviously our first 3 games are quite tough. We've picked up 3 points. They've only picked up 1, haven't they, as you said? So yeah, no, yeah. They obviously they'll see us personally as a winnable game, like we see them as a winnable game. So I'm pretty sure they looked at us and thought that is a potential 3 points. But yeah.
They are definitely feeling confident. I had a look on a Watford fans forum earlier, and they are feeling very confident. Actually, they seem to think that they come to West Ham and get all 3 points reasonably easily on Saturday. So I think they might be in for a shock. But maybe we're the ones that's in for a shock. Perhaps they've played really well in these games. They've just been unlucky. We don't really know. The good news for West Ham fans is the man in the middle is Martin Atkinson, my favourite referee in the league. Now, last season we had him a lot. He was the referee at Old Trafford in the FA Cup when we drew 1-1. Although, yes, I know he should have disallowed their goal, but he's a really, really good ref. He also refereed the FA Cup game at Liverpool when we drew 0-0. He refereed the game where we beat Bournemouth 3-1 with Enner Valencia scoring a double. Oh, how we're going to miss him this weekend. And Dimitri Payet scored that free kick. We drew 1-1 at home to West Brom, and we had him on the opening game last season when we won 2-0 at the Emirates. Watford only had him twice last season. They lost 2-1 to Manchester City and they beat Stoke away 2-0. Now let's move on to our own side. Before we talk about the lineup, Tom, are you quite confident going into this one? Even though this is a strange stat, it does go into last season as well. We've lost 4 of our last 6 away games in the league.
Yeah, I'm quite confident, Gio. Yeah, because just more than anything, the actual thought of actually the squad we could potentially have the weekend, which we'll go on to in a minute. I mean, with the likes of Lanzini, Payet, and that coming back. So I'm a bit excited I'm a bit excited to see what could potentially happen. Yeah.
Gonzo, I know you're not a big fan of Zaza, but you're hoping he can score. We've had 7 competitive games this season, and we've had no goals from our strikers. That's Valencia, Carroll, Fletcher, and Kaleri. No striker has scored a goal yet in 7 games for West Ham. Hoping Zaha can do the business.
Big time, big time. I don't dislike him. I looked at it. I just thought he was the last of our picks. That we had a list of strikers, and he was way down the bottom, and that didn't instill me with any confidence. But it's a watershed moment. The line has been drawn in the sand. This is the squad we've got. I hope he turns out to be the best striker in the league now. So make no mistake about it. The season started off in a boring fashion as well. So I just think in terms of the team, in terms of the stadium, and in terms of certainly the strikers, all the season starts here.
Tom, is the only debate in the lineup the centre-back positions. The other 9, I suppose, would probably be Adrian, Byram, Masuaku, Noble, Kayate, Antonio, Payet, Lanzini, and Zaza. It is the only debate who starts out of Collins, Ogbonna, and Reid.
Well, with Collins, my own personal feeling with Collins is that I think we've got to use him for the lower, like, I don't like to say it, but the teams that are not as good as Man City's, Chelsea's, so, and Ogbonna for me has to start. So it's a pick out of the other one, Reid, and for this game, obviously Watford. I think Ginge he's had quite a long rest. He hasn't played a great deal. I don't think he played for Wales either, did he? The other day, he was on the bench, wasn't he? So I personally would play Ginge and Ogbonna.
Gonzo?
No, I'd play Ogbonna and Reid.
Do you see? They're my preferred individuals, but I think Tom's got the best partnership out of the 3 centre backs. I think that's the best partnership. What Tom said, Collins and Ogbonna. Although I think the 2 best individuals are Reid and Ogbonna. Gonzo, is that something you agree with, or do we need to just get Reid and Ogbonna used to each other so that they become the best partnership?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with it too vociferously. I understand why you're both saying that. Collins is really good, but Reid is a very, very good centre-back, and he has had a little dip in form, maybe towards the end of last season, but at his best, he is our best centre-back, and Ogbonna, I really like, and I think you're absolutely right. You've also got to bear in mind with Reid, he played most of his career as the left-sided centre-back, and since Ogbonna came in, who is heavily left-footed, Reid has had to move over to the right side, and in layman's terms, many people might look at it and think, well, centre-back, in it, and it's not. There's a whole load of positioning going on, who comes, who goes, who drops. You're feeding the right side, the right full-back rather than the left one, moving your body to move the ball onto your right foot rather than trying to play it on your left foot, which is the comfortable way. If you play the ball on your left foot, for instance, and you're playing at left centre-back, you're going to be able to move it into the path of the left back with more curl, put it in front of him, pass it with your right foot, the left back's got to put his foot up and sort of nudge it in front of himself. So there's all these little idiosyncrasies which have got to go into it. I think give him 10 games playing right centre-back with Ogbonna playing left centre-back. That's the way to go. I think he's looking good anyway, Reid, I've got to say.
What partnership do you want to see at home? Let us know. They're your 3 centre-backs. You could also throw Oxford in if you really want a curveball. But let us know. And do you disagree with any of the 9 players I said? Because for me, it's automatic selection. None of them 2 have debated it, so hopefully it's right. Tom, Payet and Lanzini returns. Is this where our season starts?
Yes, 100%, yeah. They were our creative players last season. You can tell the first sort of 2 or 3 games of the Premier we've struggled. We've struggled to create anything up the top. It doesn't. I know you've mentioned the striker haven't scored, but the strikers haven't really had any sort of supply. So yeah, Lanzini and Payet to come back in and to actually create something going forward for us. It's exciting.
It's Lanzini I can't wait to see. He is the ball carrier between midfield and attack. I think one thing we can be guaranteed is our ball attention in the final third is actually going to exist on Saturday for a change. It's not just going to get launched from the back up front and then come back at us. Gonzo, our next 6 fixtures is Watford at home, West Brom away, Southampton at home, Middlesbrough at home, Palace away, Sunderland at home. Is this 6 fixtures massive in terms of where we're going to be, what we're aiming for? Is this where we need to get a bit of points on the board, a bit of momentum behind us, and really show what West Ham are about this season?
Absolutely. They're all winnable fixtures, and we should be winning most of them. We can't rely on the form against the traditional top 4 teams that we had last season. Can't expect to beat Man City and Arsenal and Man U and Chelsea and all these teams all the time. We're actually going to have to start winning against teams that traditionally we probably should be beating. So yeah, pivotal time in the season. I'm actually really confident. Not only am I confident, I'm really looking forward to it. The international break does my absolute head in. It's boring. We've got Sam Allardyce has been the England manager, which makes it even more boring. And Payet's back. I'm just really looking forward to it. It's a Saturday fixture as well. 3 o'clock Saturday kickoff. It's blinding. I'm confident and I'm really excited about it.
Well, we've got a new thing on our forum. Prediction League has started again properly this weekend. It's up already. There's a link below. Click on the thread. It's free to join. It's free to join the forum, free to join Prediction League. I'm putting a bet out there now. I will bet anyone can come up against me. Whoever beats me over the season for the running total, I will buy them a pint at the end of the season. However, if I beat you, you owe me one. You've got to take me up on my bet by Saturday afternoon. I'll take the bet from anyone. Doesn't matter how many people bet me, I will take it up on it. Gonzo's looking confused, probably because he knows I'm going to beat him. But we're going to kick it off with our predictions. Gonzo, what's your prediction for West Ham United against Watford?
I predict you're going to be buying a lot of beer. That's what I predict. In terms of the Watford game, we're going to beat them convincingly. We're going to win. I was going to say 2-0. 2-0 is not really convincing, is it? But I do. I think we're going to win 2-0 with an impressive performance.
Even though they've scored against Chelsea, Southampton and Arsenal, you think we're going to keep them out?
I don't care. Yeah, we'll keep them out. I'm really confident. Really confident.
And Tom?
I'm confident, and usually when I'm confident, it goes the other way. I do think we concede. I think we haven't got. I don't know. We just seem to concede goals. I don't know why, but I think we'll concede, and I do think we'll score more. Yeah, so I'm going 3-1 West Ham.
I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going for 2-1 West Ham. I am confident. I'm not confident in keeping a clean sheet, but I think it's going to be a comfortable 2-1. But you guys let us know at home in the comments below. Come on to our forum at hammerschat.com and join in all the discussion about the game before it, during it, if you're around during it, and after the game. Come on, let us know who was your man match. What did you think of the game? We'll be back on Saturday night with our review. Myself and Gonzo will be doing a review somewhere around the Olympic Stadium, and I'll be going up at some point after the game. So keep your eyes out. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for watching.